Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetsnews.com, and today we are here at the Mobile World Congress 2015 at the Asus booth, and we have the Zenfone 2 with us, which is coming to India very soon. This device is going to land in India by the end of March or April first week most probably, and it is going to be an affordable smartphone. They are going to launch two variants of this phone in the market, and they will be slightly different in terms of few things like hardware and resolution. The rest will remain the same. So both of these devices, the Asus Zenfone 2, which will be launched in India, will have the same display size, but the display resolution is going to be different. We also have a Asus Zenfone 5, which was the earlier Zenfone or the first Zenfone which was launched previously. So this was the Asus Zenfone 5, or you can say the Asus Zenfone 1, and this is the Zenfone 2. I don't know why they have named it Zenfone 2, but there must be a reason. Talking about these two devices, there is a difference. We used to have the 8 megapixel camera at the Asus Zenfone 5. Now it is a 13 megapixel camera on Asus Zenfone 2. We have the volume rocker, which has been moved to the back, but power and sleep key is actually placed on the top. I don't know for what reason they have placed the power and sleep key on the top on this big display phone, because it is kind of difficult to reach this key every time you want to press it and turn the phone on. You cannot turn the phone display on by pressing the volume button at the back. So again, 13 megapixel camera at the back, which can record high definition video. It is an autofocus camera. You do have dual LED flash, and on this device there was a single LED flash. As far as the front camera goes, the front camera is 5 megapixel on the Asus Zenfone 5, which is again better as compared on the Asus Zenfone 2, sorry, as compared to the Asus Zenfone 5, which we have seen earlier. So display size has been increased. The overall design language has remained the same. As you can see, we have this metal like plastic over there at the bottom below these touch capacitive buttons, and again these touch capacitive buttons are without the backlit LED, so you do not see backlit LED, and it is kind of difficult sometimes, especially to locate these buttons in dark rooms. You will have to use certain amount of approximation. At the top you have the nice metallic earpiece, the front 5 megapixel camera, which is a fixed focus camera. The rear camera is autofocus, can record high definition video, whereas the front camera is something we need to figure out whether it can record high definition video. The back cover on the Asus Zenfone 2 is again removable, so you can remove the back cover, and I can show you the phone from the back side. But again, just like the Asus Zenfone 5, which we have seen earlier, the battery cannot come out of the Asus Zenfone 2. And when we talk about this device, as you can see, this device also had the back cover, which can be removed, but once you take it out, again you can see that the battery was not coming out. And one difference over here in terms of connectivity is that the first SIM card slot on the Asus Zenfone 2 support 2G, 3G and 4G as well, whereas the second SIM card slot is only 2G. So this is the kind of connectivity difference over here, whereas this device had one 3G slot and the other one was a 2G slot. So this is one of the difference in between the Asus Zenfone 2 and the Zenfone 5. Talking about connectivity options, we do have a slot over there for the micro SD memory card over there on this one, whereas on this one, if we try to locate that, it is I think not there. Yeah, it is there, sorry. Yeah, it is there, and this is the micro SD card slot, so you can expand the storage on both of these phones. However, the location has been changed now. It was used to be here, but now it has been moved to here. Talking about other things, we do have very good hardware specifications on the Asus Zenfone 2, which does make it a very good upgrade, which includes the latest Intel Z3 580 processor. And again, this device is going to come in two configurations. One of them will have a 1.8 gigahertz processor inside, which is a quad-core processor. The other one will have a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core processor inside. So the Asus Zenfone 2, which we have with us, will come with two processors. One is going to be 1.8 gigahertz, the other one is going to be 2.3 gigahertz. And the 1.83 gigahertz which we have with us, this is the 1.83 gigahertz quad-core CPU model which we have, has a 720p display, whereas the one which will have a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core processor will have a full high definition display. Talking about the build quality, the build quality has remained the same. It is still feeling like a pretty good phone in terms of the build quality. Apart from the plastic at the back, everything feels very good, strong and sturdy on this phone. Again, this plastic back cover is kind of rubberized matte finish, so it will not get scratches very easily, and it will be available in different color options. This is the red color variant which we have with us of the Asus Zenfone 2, which looks very nice. We have the loudspeaker over there, as you can see, the loudspeaker mesh. However, the loudspeaker is only this much big on this phone, and then we have the volume button and other things. On the top you have the power and sleep key, which is, I would say, not a very good placement. We have a 3.5mm audio jack, a secondary microphone for noise cancellation. At the bottom you have a primary microphone for voice calling, and you also have a micro USB port for data syncing and charging. On the front you can see touch capacitive buttons over there. On the front, on the top, you have the front camera 5 megapixel and the nice metallic earpiece below the glass. Taking a look over the overall form factor, this phone actually feels like heavy as compared to the Zenfone 2, as compared to the Zenfone 5 which we have with us. So Zenfone 5 is definitely lighter as compared to this one, and this is definitely heavier in terms of the weight. This is one of the things which I noticed for the first. Again, the display does have the kind of protection you need, but again it is going to get a lot of fingerprints over time, as you can see. But it has Corning Gorilla Glass 3, so it will not get scratches very easily, which is a very good thing. Let's take a look over the software UI now. We have already taken a look over the physical dimensions and other things. As far as the overall weight is concerned, the exact weight of this device is around 170 gram, which does make this phone kind of heavier. And again, it has having a 5.5-inch display, so it is kind of near to the weight of some of the 5.5-inch display devices. But I have seen those devices lighter as well, and thickness is around 10.9 millimeter. So 10.9 millimeter is the thickness, especially in the middle of it, and it is having a curved back, so it is something which becomes thin at the edges and kind of thick in the middle, but you have a very good grip because of the curved back which we have on this phone. Talking about some of the things, we do have the Asus Zen UI, which is kind of improved this time, has become more responsive, which is running on the Asus Zenfone 2 as compared to what we have seen on the Asus Zenfone 5 over there. So both of these have very good Asus Zen UI, but it is kind of enhanced in terms of the overall responsiveness, and the kind of lag which we have seen earlier is actually not here this time, which is good. Let's take a look over the phone dialer. As you can see, this is how the phone dialer look like. This is the same phone dialer which you might have seen earlier, and again this will give you the option of dialing a number, but you cannot make a cellular video call. When it comes to messaging application, here we have the messaging application. On the messaging application, you can see that we can compose a new message. This is how the big QWERTY keyboard look like. Definitely typing on this device is going to be easier than the Asus Zenfone 5, on which the keyboard is actually not that big because of the display size. So again, display size is kind of small on this one. As you can see, the keyboard keys are not that big, but on this one it is pretty big, and you also get a pop-up whenever you tap on any of the keys. However, swipe to type is something which is not supported on the keyboard which is supplied on this phone. Let's take a look over the notification center. This is how it looks like, and when we take a look over the settings, we will find out the version of Android. First of all, let's take a look over the about phone, and we have Lollipop running on this phone, which is very good, and that is one reason it is kind of smooth in terms of the UI. And you do have support for system update. Again, this is not running the latest version of Lollipop, but it is Lollipop 5.0, which is still good, I would say, not a problem. Taking a look over the storage, let me just take a look over the storage and see how much of storage is there on this phone. So we have the 16GB variant of this phone, and when it comes to the 16GB variant, you will get an approximate available amount of storage, which is going to be 10.74 GB for the user. Again, the system is taking approximately how much? I think it is taking, it is 4.69, which is being taken up by the system, which includes the custom UI, Zen UI, and Android, which is again not bad, but this is how it is. 10 GB or 11 GB something you will get approximately on this phone. Let's take a look over the tethering options. We do have support for tethering as well. You can create a portable Wi-Fi hotspot on this phone as well, and definitely this phone is looking like much smoother in terms of UI as compared to the Asus Zenfone 5. We have a digital media server over there, so you do have support for DLNA, and then you also have Play 2, which you can actually play things on a wireless player, which is supported. You also have easy mode, especially for those who, for them, there is difficulty in recognizing the small icons in the text. You can actually use the easy mode, especially for old age people or people who has kind of visually who are kind of visually impaired, or some problem is there with the visibility. Then you can use that option. When it comes to the RAM, we have pretty good amount of RAM, which is 2 GB on this device, and out of that 732 MB of RAM is free, which is again not too bad because the device is responsive. You can also get the Asus Zenfone 2 in the 4 GB RAM variant, but that will be the premium version, whereas the normal version will have 2 GB of RAM, and this is the version which will cost you less money in India. So this is the one which we are holding as of now, the one which will come to India, and the other one will also be there, but this is something which will sell because it is going to be less in terms of the price, and 2 GB of RAM is still okay. I would say it is not bad at all. Talking about power saver, you do have support for ultra power saving mode as well, so you can save a lot of battery on this device, especially in critical scenarios. All in all, this looks like a pretty good phone. Let's take a look over the battery configuration and what GPU it has. So when it comes to GPU, it has got a PowerVR G6430, which is the latest generation of GPU, and it is pretty good. And when it comes to the battery, the battery inside this device is a 3000 milliampere hour battery, which can give you pretty good battery backup, a better battery backup as compared to the Asus Zenfone 5, which we have seen earlier. As per the reports which we have got, Asus Zenfone 5 does not give you a pretty good battery backup. It is like 1 day or less than 1 day of battery backup, whereas the same will not happen on the Asus Zenfone 2, which is having a pretty big battery, and it can give you a better battery backup when it comes to the overall backup is concerned. Let's take a look over the camera performance now, and for that we will launch the camera from here. First of all, we need to locate it, I guess. Where is the camera? Where is camera? Let me come out. Yeah, here we have the camera. We actually don't need to launch the application drawer for that. We do have it over there. So anyways, this is how the rear camera UI look like, and once I take a photo of my iPhone 6 over there, we will show you the clarity of it as far as the rear camera goes. So again, this is having the same kind of camera UI which we have seen earlier, which is going to give you very good photos in low light, and the daylight photos are going to look much better. You also have certain amount of beautification which will be applied once you take a front camera selfie. Let me just take one. So we have taken the front camera selfie, and I can show you both of these photos one by one now. This is how the front camera selfie look like. I would say the front camera is doing a very good job. In this low light, it has taken a very good image as far as the overall colors are concerned. Again, the photo is not very bright, but it is pretty good in terms of clarity as well as in terms of color production, which is something which I really like. Let's take a look over the other photo which we have taken from the rear camera, and this photo has came out to be pretty good as well. So this photo looks good in terms of clarity, in terms of colors. Colors are again good but not great, I would say, but overall this photo is looking fine. I'm not happy with the color reproduction. The color reproduction could have been better, but it is still good, and the photo is looking bright even when we have taken in this low light scenario. So that's all from us as far as the quick hands-on review of the Asus Zenfone 2. Do let us know if you have any specific question for this device. We would love to help you. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.